Hello, I'm Pamela Davis. Welcome to episode 29 of the Well Done Life podcast. Hello, I'm Pamela Davis, and welcome again to episode 29 of the Well Done Life podcast. The Well Done Life podcast is about sharing experiences to build community through learning from each other. So if you're new here, you're right on time, and I just want to say hello. What's up? Welcome to the party. And if you've been here before, I just want to say thank you for staying on the journey with me. You have lots of other choices out there, so I just appreciate you taking the time to listen to my content and enjoying it. So thank you. And before we get started, I like to always give special thanks to all of the first responders for everything that they're doing to make our lives easier with COVID-19. It's tough, and cases are going up and down all over the country. And I just want to say thank you to all those people who are out there doing everything that they can to make our lives easier. But I also this week want to make sure I send a special prayer to all of the parents and educators preparing for their children or themselves to go back to school for the start of the new school year. By the time you're listening to this, because I'm recording on Saturday night and you'll hear this tomorrow morning or anytime on Sunday, Monday is actually the first day of school in Orange County for a lot of, and other counties in Central Florida. So I just want to send prayers to everyone who has a child preparing to start school. I can only imagine the stress that you must feel, and to the educators the same, because it takes a special person to be a teacher. I just want to say thank you to all of you and prayers to all of you that everything goes well and that you're covered. Because to me, it's really not about the choice right now. Choices are out the window. It's about just being kind, and it's about creating and preserving the health and safety of everyone involved. So I'm definitely just sending prayers to everyone. I hope everyone, just gets it together. Keep the mask, social distance. Let's try to get past this as much as we can. I know we're all getting fatigued, but we have to stay strong in order to really eradicate this. So today we're here, and it is episode 29. I can't believe it. Time is flying. And it's funny because I was getting dressed this morning and I had a thought. Actually, I had a flashback to one of my favorite songs in the late 2000s. And it's called Do the Ladies Run This by Memphis Bleek. And for a lot of you that may not know, I'm a serious hip hop fan. And Memphis Bleek is a rapper who rapped on Rockefeller Records, which was founded by Jay-Z, Damon Dash, Biggs Burke in the 2000s. And Do the Ladies Get to Run This really gets me hyped, because it's essentially asking, is this the year of the woman? And it made me ask myself, is 2020 actually the year of the woman? Now, I know that might sound a little tough to process right now. I mean, we're in the middle of one of the most historically challenging years of probably any of our lifetime. But that doesn't mean that this is not the time of women. I mean, remember, when things are challenging, that's when women really shine. Don't get me wrong, women are tired, stressed, and everything, but we also know that we have work to do. And when a woman has work to do, she gets it done. And that's typically what drives women who have made the decision to use their gifts for the betterment of others. I mean, essentially, a lot of these women are giving selflessly until the very end to make sure that they are sharing those gifts with the world or doing something that's within their heart. And we'll talk about that more a little bit later. But I mean, essentially, that's what women do. That's what we do. We step up continuously in dark times. And I don't know about you, but these are some pretty dark times. But thank goodness I've noticed that there are a lot of women who are stepping up to make it better. I mean, let's kind of break it down a little bit. 2020, going into 2021, actually, might be the year that we actually see a woman vice president. And no offense, I'm actually going to put a little bit of extra sauce on it by mentioning she may even be a black woman. My goodness, look at all that. And then I think about all of the women out here kicking ass and taking names, running things in the midst of this pandemic. I mean, from Atlanta to Chicago and Michigan, you've got women who are getting it done in their cities to make sure that their cities are protected for everything that they're dealing with COVID-19, with racial injustice. Heck, look at New Zealand. New Zealand, as of this podcast episode, has been over 100 days with no reported cases of COVID-19. And they're led by Jacinda Ardern, who just also happened to kick off her re-election campaign. I don't know too much about her, but anyone that can develop a plan, execute it, and lead their country to do the right thing to enforce it totally is going to get my vote. So, it's just awesome to see that. And that's somebody, a global leader. And she just had a baby on top of that. That's craziness. And then I also think about the women who are behind the scenes trying to help get things done, in regards to getting a vaccine. We are also seeing women step up to develop these vaccines, such as Dr. Kizzmekia Corbett. She is leading the team for the National Institutes of Health that is reporting directly to the White House team with Dr. Fauci and Dr. Birx, who also happens to be another woman, by the way. And also, Dr. Corbett is a Black woman. Not to mention, on top of that, Dr. Rinky Boss and Dr. Hanneke Schultmaker, who are also working with the World Health Organization. So, you're seeing women of all colors and countries coming together to leapfrog us to a vaccine for COVID-19. When I think about all of that power and knowledge coming together, that's better than any Avengers movie that I've ever seen. And it's magical watching all of these women who are out here leading the charge. And then you also have women leading the charge for social reform. God bless Ruth Bader Ginsburg, the notorious RBG, for continuing her time on the Supreme Court while she's battling cancer. That woman is relentless. And then I look at Tamika Mallory of Intel Freedom, giving voices to the voiceless. Can we talk about her keeping the fight for Breonna Taylor going when the hashtags seem to have stopped being sexy? Or even I'm thinking about Stacey Abrams fighting for fair elections and reminding us of our power. Those women are not letting up when we get tired. Because that's just the nature of things. Trends seem to hit for a while and then all of a sudden people die down. But with lasting change to come, you can't die down. You have to keep going. And then I think about with that epic read of Congressman Ted Yoho by Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. And if you have not read that read, you should, or seen the video. It was amazing. AOC is no joke. I love how she read him for filth without uttering one profane word. That's an art. Because as the great Malcolm X once said, a man curses because he doesn't have the words to say what's on his mind. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez has all of her words and then some. And I'm here for it all. As women, we have to leverage our words to ensure people know that disrespect will not be tolerated on any level whatsoever. It's like all of these kick-ass women are out here just getting it done. And politics aside for some people, you still cannot deny the strength of all of those women. And then I think about it as we go into the entertainment sector. As Queen Beyonce said, always stay gracious, best revenge is your paper. But in this case, it will be AOC actually getting reelected and increasing her presence in the political arena. And then I think about it, taking it back to Beyonce, her giving us Black is King during a global pandemic and social unrest is the battery in our back that we actually needed, that we didn't even know we needed. This amazingly talented woman gave us a visual and cultural feast. And I'm still enjoying it. I haven't watched it today, but at some time during this weekend, I probably will have seen it for the fourth time. Because for me, it's different. I don't know where in Africa my ancestors come from. That's a part of the struggle of being Black in America. You're forever displaced unless you give your DNA to Ancestry.com. And I'm going to say that's a hard pass for me. So when I get an opportunity to have my culture presented to me in all forms, it's so empowering because it allows me to see Black people owning themselves with wealth, with beauty and love and life in general. And it's amazing. And I also love watching how women get equity and leverage it because best believe I'm quite confident There's equity that was gotten in that by Beyonce with Disney. I don't care if it was in stocks or something. That woman is very, very strategic. She's very intentional with her plans. And when you create equity, you create generational wealth. So I always admire that. I mean, I think about even J-Lo and A-Rod. They're talking about buying the Mets. That's bananas. I love that. Or even looking at Mackenzie Bezos, the ex-wife of Amazon CEO and billionaire Jeff Bezos. She recently gave $160 million to 6 historically Black universities and the Thurgood Marshall College Fund. That's epic. And that's not even just a fraction of the amount of philanthropic work that she's doing. So it's kind of funny to say it. Her husband got his freedom and a new woman. She got her money and she's leveraging it to help bring other people up because she realizes that she has enough money and power and influence to be able to do that. That's true wealth. That's true generational minded person. That's a bad chick right there. But again, it's not about all wealthy women getting it done or people who are in celebrity. I mean, I also think about some of the women that I know that are all around me every day doing their part on the front lines of protest. They're working in hospitals, taking care of the sick. They're working in grocery stores, delivering mail. They are lawyers. They are teachers. There are so many different aspects of all of us out here doing our part to serve others and make the world better. That's power. They're all of this woman power, and it is a beautiful thing. And all of these things are adding up. And we're getting it done. So we should be so proud of who we are and what we represent. We each have a part to play. So if there's something in your heart that you've been thinking about doing as a woman, go do it. I mean, it may not seem like the right time right now, global pandemic, record unemployment, all these things. But let me ask you something. When is there ever going to be a right time? Like, when is there ever this perfect moment where you can go out here and do anything you want without having something be a challenge or obstacle? And what does it look like? Because I've never seen that. So don't delay your blessing or impact on the world. We need you. If we don't need you now, I don't know when we will need anybody more. So is 2020 the year of the woman? I don't know yet completely, but I damn sure like how it's looking so far. It's been a pleasure to chat with you all today. I hope I've given you guys some things to think about. Like I said, ladies, this is our time. It may not have looked like what we thought it would look, but I really think this might be it. So why not take the chance? Take the chance on yourself. And I want you guys all to stay tuned because I do have some special people/things in the works. It's time to build the community and keep growing with some new voices. So definitely look for a few surprises coming up. And I do hope that you will continue to like, share, and subscribe. And you can all find the Well Done Life podcast on all streaming platforms. And all of my social information as well as my email will be in the show notes. Please continue to share your feedback with me. It's only going to continue to help me grow as well as provide content that's going to help enrich and make it enjoyable for you. Because again, this is about building community. This is about us growing together. I'm not an expert by no means, but I love talking to you guys. So I'm going to stay consistent and stay focused with my content. And I look forward to growing and sharing with you. So until we chat again, please take care of yourselves. Have an awesome week. And I'll talk to you guys next Sunday. Bye-bye.